Grandma Builds a Tiny House for $10,000 is not only a book, but a useful tool. It's a true story about how one of the major necessities of life, our home, can be had for very little money, but only with lots of determination, drive, and a super amount of creativity. I'm Joni Dake, the grandma who designed and is in the process of building that tiny house. To be precise, I am a great-grandma, age 81, with 6 grandkids and 2 great-grandkids. This venture and the resulting book started as a genuine and urgent necessity. I had been living in a cottage on the back of a friend's property, and I truly believed I'd be there till the end of my days. But a divorce and land sale made it necessary to make some quick changes. Now, change can cause some genuine hardship, especially when it comes this late in life, but it can also prevent some marvelous opportunities. I realized that it was time to dust off some of the research that I've been gathering through the years and start writing, and hopefully to help millions of people who, like me, weren't able to start their retirement on sound financial footing. My plan is to write a series of 5 informative books to be sold on Amazon under the umbrella title of Retire on a Dime and Flourish. But for today, I'm turning to Kickstarter to help me with the first and most important volume about how to achieve low-cost housing without having it feel like you are living in low-cost housing. Grandma Builds a Tiny House for $10,000 tells of my personal journey and how to make the impossible possible. I should tell you a little bit about my background. I retired over 25 years ago as a television journalist and then as an advertising account executive. I've certainly had enough true life experience to write about retirement's opportunities and trials. After my television days, I ventured into the world of publishing with a little travel-related newspaper, but soon after, the internet became the primary source of information for travel, and that was the end of my publication. Actually, that late life venture prepared me to write about retiring on a dime because I had to join the ranks of retirees living on a shoestring. That's when I realized that housing was not only my biggest expense, but my greatest challenge. As luck would have it, the tiny house phenomenon came along about the same time as my housing crisis. I was determined to build one, but at about a quarter of the usual cost. Now, it's not expected that the reader will follow all of my design and construction techniques. Everyone has their own needs and desires. But I hope it will open minds to see that where there's a will, there's a way. Even if it takes selling excess belongings at garage sales, scrounging for leftover building materials from contractors, and inviting all your family and friends to an old-fashioned barbecue and barn raising. The thing being raised by partygoers, of course, will be my tiny house. At this point, all of you potential investors will be given a brief summary of what will become the first chapters of my book, how I designed the interior and exterior of my new home. In the future, I'll take you to the building site so you can watch in real time as we video each phase of construction. So hang on to your hat. Here's how this grandma is building her really sweet new home.